since it's broke loose, I got it to where it's finger loose. I'm going to go ahead and take this bolt out that secures your caliper. All right. I'll put it over here so I don't lose it. All right. Now we got that broke loose, we could go ahead and release the park brake, or put it in safe brake mode or safe park mode or brake mode. All right, so give me a second and I'll show you how to do that with my Launch X431. All right, so before we make it on brake mode, make sure that you're chalked, okay? Because it will shift on you. All right, got it there. Got it there. I'll come over here. Also, when you do this, the door has to be open, I believe. So I got my launch diagnostic tool. It's what we call a Launch X431 Pro 3S Plus version 2.0. All right, let me go ahead and... All right, so got that on. I'm gonna go over and open it up. I'll touch this thing over here. Whoops. Go back to the home. I must have touched. All right, you'll get this page right here. Go ahead and hit that Intelligence Diagnostics. It's going to do a VIN check. Mine is a Bluetooth. A lot of these got hardwired where it'll hook up to the car, but mine has a little Bluetooth adapter. So you got the tablet, and I have the little adapter that I plug into the car right here. All right, it's doing its check. Reading VIN code. All right, so I'm going to go diagnostics. Touch that right there, but it has all your information and all that. It's got your VIN number and all. Current vehicle information, it says. I say yes, everything looks good. Acknowledge it. All right, now, you know, don't have to, but it's like, hey, why not? All right, but I could go ahead and do a smart detection. Smart detection, it's going to scan everything on the car right now. Granted, the car is in the off position, so I'll probably have some DTCs on there. This usually takes about a minute. When I say a minute, it's going to take a little bit more than a minute, so be right back. All right, so we went ahead and ran its diagnostics. All right, again, had the car off. It has a couple of things on here, but I'm not worried about that right now. All right, so the one we want to worry about is special functions. All right, you hit special functions. All right, on the special function page, you'll see electronic parking brake. I'll click on electronic parking brake. All right, so we want to put this in maintenance mode. All right, so you got on the very first line here, it says parking brake pad replacement, release to service position. That release to service position is our maintenance mode. All right, so we'll go ahead and click on that. It says, okay, application required. The park brake pads are replaced and must be used before park brake pad replacement. Exit maintenance mode application. Nope. And when in service position, the park brake will not operate via the park brake switch. All right. Turn the position on. Car is on. During the procedure, engine stall shall be off. Oh, engine shall be off. Slide voltage at 12. We're at 12.7. And if voltage is less standard, it might fail. So we'll go okay. Set the ignition to off. Go okay. Set the position to on. Okay. Be sure following action has been taken. Make sure the vehicle is stationary, which it is, ground, and that the brake pedal is not depressed. Here's your brake pedal, no on there. And chalk the wheels, which we did. Make sure the vehicle cannot roll forward or backwards. The park brake, release the park brake. So I gotta step on here. You know, right now you can see there's a park the red. I'm going to release it now. All right, the red park thing is off, so our park brake is off. And press OK to continue. Application, retract the parking brake positions or piston to allow the fitment of new brake pads. OK. So parking brake pad replace. All right, so I'm going to hit OK. Once I hit this OK on my thing, our electronic park brake will commence. So I'm going to do this, and I'm going to hit the OK button. Let's do this. Right there. You hear that noise? That is the motor running for your electric park brake. I'm going back over to the car now. All right. It says now park brake thing has complete. I'll hit OK. It tells me to turn the ignition switch off. It is off. I'll hit OK. Turn it on. Turn it on. I'll hit OK. I want to get rid of the trouble codes. I'll say yes. Why not? This is like a 40-second wait time on here. So once it starts, I'll pause. And then once it gets closer to the countdown, I will restart. All right. 4, 3, 2, 1. Turn the car off. Okay. Turn on. Hit OK. Control module procedure completed. Successful. I'll hit OK. And it says turn it off. And I'll hit OK. All right. So now we are in maintenance mode application. All right. So now I'm going to go ahead and remove the calipers. All right. I'm going to take my duck bill or needle nose or whatever you have. I'm going to take this little thing off. All right. So with one hand, I'm going to try to get this thing off. If not, I will pause the video. There we go. Right there. All right. Put it off to the side. All right. Now that that is off, I'm going to loosen these right here and remove the caliper. Got that on there. That's one. That's two. Get that out of there. All right. Now this is going to be tight. Reason being, because the electronic park brake just retracted the mechanical side on here, not the piston itself. The piston that's up in here. Okay? It's in there. That little thing over here. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and wiggle this a little bit. Try to get to where it'll compress the piston. When you do get it to where it compresses the piston a little, then this thing should slide right off. Again, I'm trying this with one hand. Whoops. There it goes. Sorry. My brake pad's about to fall off. Oh, alright. So, I'm going to let it drop. Oh, yes, it won't. Put it up here. If you got some kind of tool to hang this thing up on, I recommend it. That way you don't put a lot of pressure on the electrical lines and the brake line. There's a brake squeal. I want to say it's brake squeal detector or so like that. And it clips right in there, okay? So with one hand, it actually clips onto your brake pad. All right, I just popped it off. Now, that brake pad that's over here should just come right down and fall. All right, remember that little squeal? It was hooked up in this little groove right here. All right, so this was on the back, on the back side here, and this is your brake pad for the front. Let's see. All right, now we're going to go ahead and take the caliper support bracket off. That has 2 bolts, one here and one right here. So use your ratchet with your 15mm socket. So, and I'd use a breaker bar also, unless you have a long ratchet or a breaker bar. Put that there, and then I'll go ahead and break these loose. Alright, when I say about that, get your ratchet back over here, and I got my little extender, or my breaker bar, cheater bar, my bad. Go ahead and put your, around your ratchet, and then you just break your bolts loose. All right, granted these already broke loose. I just wanted to show you what this tool is for. All right, got my little electric ratchet, put it on here, take that, got one, two, okay. Go ahead, if it's right, take this out, my 2 bolts, a little bracket. All right. Now we're going to take a rotor off. Do that, get your little mallet, because right now it's probably tight because it's got little tangs that it usually rusts are on here. All right, so this one's on pretty tight. So I'll just hit it a couple of times. See if it loosens up, and then I'll tap the back side right here. I'll rotate, because now we're not in the park brake no more. Remember when I said leave that park brake on so you could get this thing out, because again, it will rotate on you if you try to break that screw loose. And I'm trying to get over these little tabs right here. Looks like I did it right there. I want to take this off. Oh yeah, there we go. That's our rotor. All right, I went ahead and put the old rotor inside this box right here because it might be still good. I'm going to take it to the shop, see if they got a remaining thickness on there. There's a certain standard, but you can have them turned, and instead of just throwing these things away. So myself, I just wanted to go ahead and put new rotors on here, and then I'll have these right here as an extra. All right, here's my new one I'm just about to put on. When you put this new rotor on, notice there's a countersunk hole right here. Okay, that's where that one bolt, this right here, went. Okay, so this right here goes right there. All right, so we want to make sure this lines up with that. All right, here we go. Try this with one hand. Look at that, lined up. Get this right here. I'm gonna put it right there. And I'm gonna hand tight this right now. Just finger tight. That way I know it's there. And as we get closer to securing everything, I'll make sure I'll secure it. All right, got my little electric ratchet again. Pt.5, which is your torque. Take it on there. I'm going to use this right now. All right, so all right, and I'll come back and torque, but I know now that I don't have to worry, it's in there right now. Okay, this is mainly manufacturer. Some people don't even put them back on after they take them out. But whenever it's going down the assembly line and all that, they put that there so that these rotors do not fall off while they're going down the assembly line. All right, so again, I like putting them back. I don't torque it down too hard or so like that. But if you decide not to put that on there, the wheel itself, it sits up on here. That keeps your rotor on there too. All right, so this right here, you do not have to have that on there if you don't want it. All right. All right, while I have the caliper support bracket out, I'm going to go ahead and put some of this brake lubricant on here. Okay, where I'm going to put this, I'm going to put some on my finger right here, and I'm going to rub it, put it in this slot right here, this slot over here on this side also. Okay, that's where any kind of contact on your brake pads will be. All right, also this right here I'm going to put all up on here, and you'll see it after results. All that grease right here, grease right all over on this side and on this side. Also on the other pad, the same thing. A bunch of grease over on this side. Put it on this, around this whole entire tab right there. Put it on that tab right there. Alright, this is help for anti-squealing. Alright, end result with what I just did, this lubricant, I went ahead, put on the brake pad backing right here, right there, on there, put it on there, the back side, because it's going to have some metal on metal contact on there, okay, and you want to try to lube that up so that way you don't hear that squeaky sound and stuff. Alright, and on the support bracket, you can see that little glaze. Alright, now I'm going to put the support bracket back on the car. Alright, so if I can do this with one hand, I'm going to put this back up over here. Alright. Secure right there. Hopefully this thing won't drop. Get one bolt. Get back over here, find that hole, and get this thing's finger started. I think I got that started. Got the second one here. Go back over here, find that hole, get that one started by finger tight. Alright. Alright, and I got my little electric ratchet. I'll go ahead and start. Got it start. Get on there. Alright, got it on tight. I'm going to give it a little snug. Snug. A little snug. Now I know that those two bolts are secured and this bracket ain't going nowhere. Alright. Alright, now I want to go ahead and put the compressor or caliper back on, but before doing that I have to compress this piston. Alright, so I got my little brake tool right here. See how it's got a little curve right there, and that's going to go in the little curve part right here. So I'll put it in like so. Hopefully I won't drop it. See how it goes like that? Now with one hand, I usually do it with two hands. I'm going to go ahead and extend this thing out. See how I'm doing that? While I'm doing that, watch this piston, it's going to go in. And go really slow. I usually do one brake at a time, and that way it eliminates if I need to pop the cap off on the master cylinder in the engine compartment. So go ahead, almost there. I'll keep on rotating till the piston gives me a little bit of resistance, and then I will stop. There it is. I'll go ahead and break this thing loose, take that on out. Piston is in. All right, that lubricant we're going to go ahead and put on the face of this piston right here. We're going to put some lube on there because you got metal on metal on there. Again, I'm putting some of this lubricant on that piston up here, and you'll see right there. All right, we went ahead and put it on there. Not to mention, I'm going to have to put some on this side. All right, that makes contact on the brake pads also. All right, one more left. Lubricant there, lubricant there. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put the brake pad on. This is the one that goes on the inside. It's got the little clip there, so I'm going to put that right over here. See how that sits right there? Hopefully it won't drop on me. And then I'm going to take the second one here, right here. I'm going to put that right here. All right, just covered. Now, with one hand, I'm going to try. Let me push this back in, push that back in, keep this out of the way. I'm going to put this caliper on by one hand. Put that there.
Robert.
All right, caliper's in position. I got, remember, one bolt and another bolt. Let's see if I can get one secured with, or by one hand. Oh, you're gonna have to pause. I'll get them finger tight and then I'll get back. All right, I just got this thing started. All right, we'll go ahead and secure it again. Give it a little tweak. All right, put it up here. Put the top one again. We'll secure it. Rotate. Secure it. Now give it a little oomph. Oh, can't do that because the connector's in the way. So I will use my ratchet to give it a little oomph. There we go. Give it a little oomph. Whoops, that's loosening. Give it a little oomph. Give it a little oomph. All right. Remember those dust caps. We'll put those dust caps back on. Dust caps back on. All right. So secured. 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 And the one, I don't know if I can see it down here, but the other one down here is secured. All right. Now, I'm going to go ahead and put the sensor back on. And it went on this back one over here. So, see? Back in there. It just clips in there. That's it. Fits in that little groove. Like so. And then you just slide it in. That's it. Calipers secured. Make sure everything looks good. Everything looks good. Alright. Alright. Got this little clip left. Alright. Remember that goes over here. So I'm going to try again with one hand. Put this on. Not, you'll see me put a little pause in it and move on and show you that after. So I'll get this started. Right there. Flip this thing back. Try to get this in the other hole. Let's try from the top then. Top, bottom, and push it in. There we go. There it goes. Again, this comes with your brake pads. They come in the kit. All right. All right. Everything's back besides the wheel, and I'm going to go ahead and take it off the park brake safe mode. So I'm going to make it to the standard. All right, I'm going to reactivate the system. All right, I went ahead and put the tire on temporarily. I'm going to go ahead and come over here and put it back to normal configuration. Get to my launch pad.